Hello everybody and welcome to episode 3 of the AndersMill Knits podcast. I'm Emily, your host, and you can find me on the social media websites as AKA Millie, that's on Ravelry, and AKA Millie907 on Instagram. So that's AKA MILLIE 907 for Instagram. And I have had a couple people ask me why my Instagram is private when I do a podcast. And so just to get that out of the way, I am a counselor by trade, right now working as a behavioral consultant, which I just passed the state boards today for that, so yay! As a result, in order to be ethical and honest, my social medias are private, so that if a client tries to friend me on Facebook or on Instagram, blah 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 blah, I can vet them and say, oh no, this person is not my client, so yes, I am their friend, and yes, they can follow me, or B, they are my client, and so no to all the above. So I'm sorry if that's really inconvenient. Maybe one day I'll be able to make an AndersMill Knits Facebook page and Instagram feed. There is an AndersMill Facebook page already for my yarn dyeing business that is now defunct, but that's it. So there you go. Okay, I think that is all of the opening gambit stuff, and I say let's get into the good stuff. So, oh, that is not all, actually. By the way, this is my second time podcasting this week, even though you're only going to see this once. I've been rather unwell this week. We think it's due to my diabetes and stuff, and so the first podcast was really weird, and I am not going to subject you to that. It was weird. So I was doing all of this and clapping my hands a lot and squeaking in my chair. Got a new chair, or a different one. Just a lot of weirdness going on. So yeah, this is round 2. So but if you like the show, please, please, please subscribe below if you're watching this on YouTube. And find me on Ravelry in the Ravelry group AndersMill Knits podcast and join there. There's good reasons why you should do that. If you stay tuned to the end of the episode, I will let you know what those reasons are. See? I'm a lady of mystery. I hand wrote my notes this time. Oh wait, that was at the end because I've already done this once. So I've handwritten my notes this time when I was sick, so I'm still not feeling too well, so we'll see how things go. I was actually surprised at how well I did at my interview today with the Oregon board, because yeah, not feeling exactly myself. And so, and even my boss mentioned it. She's like, wow, you seem really reserved today. And I'm like, just be grateful I'm here. That's all I can say. But, oh, yes. Thank yous. I need to thank Wendy from Knit One Heart Two. She let everybody know that watches that podcast that I have started my own podcast, and she was very nice. And she listed it in their group as well. And so I got some subscribers from that. And then some other good friends online have also mentioned it in their like Instagram feeds and such. And I've gotten some subscribers from that. So spread the word, guys, because there's a good reason to, as I said earlier. Hint, hint. So, yeah, we'll get to that later. But for now, let's go ahead and start with reviewing notes, which means we're going to talk about the week in review, or the weeks in review. So, guess what? I'm moving! Shortly after we last podcasted, or I last podcasted, we learned that the rent was going to go up substantially here, and it is just that it's not feasible to stay in this apartment for that price range. And so we immediately started looking. And so most of the last 2 weeks have been consumed with that, finding a new place to live. We were successful. I think we saw about somewhere between 10 and 13 apartment complexes. We only applied to one out of all of them, and of course we got in. We weren't going to apply if we didn't know that we were going to get in, and because money is short, so you got to spend it wisely. And she says that, and wait till you see what's in acquisitions portion, or in the tool chest. But let's see. So we have that in the works, and we're actually moving October 28th. Now the wedding is in Alaska on November 9th. And I'm exhausted. I have moved 3 times in the last 4.5 to 5 months. And this will be the 4th? Is that right? No, I'm sorry. This will be the 3rd. So, but I'm just really tired of moving. I've been living out of suitcases and what are those things called? Those big containers, the storage containers. And out of my storage unit, I have to go over to my storage unit like at least 3 times a week to find stuff. I am just done. So I will be really glad when this happens. And let me tell you, living like this when you're planning a wedding that's also a destination wedding, at least for me. I mean, it's going home, but it's still a destination. I'm not there to organize it. It has been not exactly energizing. So, and starting a new job, being kind of ill. Boy, I sound like a broken record and kind of whiny. I'm sorry for that. Let's blame it on not feeling well. And then we can sweep it under the rug and move on. Okay, so, and I already told you about passing the boards, so that's great. So, starting work in earnest, and getting to go out and meet all my new clients, and I'm really excited about this. I really like this. The paperwork I could do without, but it's needed, and there's reasons for all of them, so I can't truly complain. So that is the week in review, or the review notes. So I'm going to pause here so we can go into in session. Welcome back, everybody. I've got my water in my hydro flask, which is amazing. Hear that? That's ice that I put in this morning at 5 a.m. and it's now 2:13 p.m. and I still have ice. So, and I probably will have ice at 7 a.m. tomorrow. That's more than 24 hours. So, let's talk about case notes, things that are done. My finished objects. So, I got a hoe. So, I've got my first sock. Sorry, the blocker is too big for this sock. I've got my first sock of my wedding socks done. And this is the, what is this? This is the Blueberry Waffles stitch pattern. And I'm knitting this with Lolo Did It. The main color is the Pretty Young Thing, and I don't know what the contrasting color is from her. I'm just gonna call it Aqua because that's what it is. So, and then the salmon color is from me and my old business, which was called Salmon Grounds back in the day when I actually sold it. So I've got that all done. I did my normal 60 stitch count on US 1s for this sock, and the sock actually came out kind of tight and small on me, so, and I have no idea why. I don't know if it's because of the, you would have thought with the Blueberry Waffles one, which is kind of a broken rib, a waffly pattern, if you can see that. See, so there's some purl stitches and then there's the knit column. You would have thought that it actually would have been stretchier, but no. So I'll get into my solution to this problem in the in-session portion. So there you go. There's that part of my messy desk. And then I have another half-finished object. So in my Stocking Knit Zombies bag, birthday bag from last year, with the cool doohickey, I think, what's her name's mom made these. I can't remember all of a sudden, and I'm terribly sorry about that. But I have the bow tie in here for Watson for the wedding. And so it looks like a mermaid's tail. Let's see if I can. There you go. And so I think this is there to tell you that I was there last time when I last podcasted, maybe. And so I've knit the first half of it. And so the directions call for you to measure the neck around, the circumference of the neck of the person or animal that this is going to go on, and knit half of it in straight stitch before casting off. So literally the only alteration I've done to this pattern is I put the stitches, I kept them live and put them on here so that when it comes time to join everything together, I can do a Kitchener and there isn't a seam on the back of Watson's neck, because he's not wearing a collared shirt like a human does. Doesn't it look like a fish? Here's a Warhol. No, that's not what they're called. Narwhal. There we go. That's fun. So this is a enjoyable knit. I have to be careful when I knit on it as it's still hurting my hands. I still don't know exactly why it's hurting my hands. I think it's literally the motion of the stitches that I have to go through on that. But there you go. That's in there. And then, let's see. I forgot one thing of my finished objects. 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys. You won't know this, but I was actually gone for a little while because right when I pushed stop on my recording, my brother started texting me about the wedding, so needed to respond to that. So resourcing from a bunch of friends and family from back home to try and get, sorry, I have to fix the camera angle, it's different now. Resourcing from friends and family back home to get all the needs met, and so that was about the photographer, and we're getting down to the wire, so I really need to nail that down. So the last finished object that I have today is something that's not knitting related, but it is craft related, and it's not that I really like exerted a lot of craftiness on this, but I did put 2 and 2 together on all of these things and presented it to my guy as a little surprise. You know, I like to do that for him. He's always really grateful. Like, I'll frame a photo of us, or for Christmas last year I took his favorite photo of us and I had it put on stretched canvas, and I got one for each of us because, you know, so we can each have one. And then just doing, see, now he's now he's still texting me. Oh, okay, I won't answer, I promise. But I'll answer it as soon as we're done. So did you like that? What is he saying? I can read. Oh. I should have put this on airplane mode. I did that earlier this week and it worked really well. I had no interruptions at all. But I'm not going to stop now. So, anyway, here is my last finished object. So, I got this wood plank thing really cheap someplace. And then I found these vinyl letters. And I put them all together. And then I had Walmart print off... this is not wallet size. This is one size larger than wallet size. And I had this frame laying around. And I glued it all together. And presented this to him last week, I want to say. And he was quite happy with it. He got a little teary-eyed. And it says, "You are nothing short of my everything. Love." And of course, you know, I have the picture to actually sign it, kind of a thing. But this is going to go up in our new home because that I love and he loves, and it's going on our wall in our new apartment. So that was my last finished object. Now I will pause and go on to in session. I will get this. Okay, welcome back. Well, welcome back to me, because yet again I started texting. There you go. I said I wouldn't, but I'm too anxious about things right now. Like, when things come up, I gotta deal with them right away, and that's okay. I can be that person right now. Okay, so turning the page, we now have the in session. So let's go back to the bow tie for a second. Okay, again, everybody, say it with me. Stocking Nick Zombie's birthday bag from 2015. I added that last bit. If you couldn't follow along with that last bit, it's not your fault. Emily is ad-libbing. So, I didn't tell you what the first half was made out of, so let me correct that right now. This is made out of my Jill Draper Makes yarn in the Esopus colorway. It's on my board that's hanging up behind me there. And this is in the Sapphire colorway. And it's quite a hefty skein. It's got over 500 yards in it, so that's lovely. I'm planning on making somebody, maybe not my guy, because he's our, but anyway, somebody, another pair of socks out of the rest of it. But maybe not my guy, because I've already made him one pair of midnight blue socks. Maybe I'll make him another one, because he really likes the first pair. I don't know. Anyway, oh, come back here with the notebook. So here's the second half of what I've knit. So, yeah, I've been kind of scatterbrained in my knitting, and my knitting has been dedicated really honestly to one project only, pretty much, since I last podcasted, and it was not obviously this one. So, I should have this done though by the next time we record. Now this is done from the Knit Picks pattern just called Bow Tie, and it's a free pattern on Ravelry and on the Knit Picks website, I believe. They have a pattern website, part of their website too. I'm knitting these on size 1s, and these are the Knit Pros? No. What are these? These are the ones that I like the most. Oh, I'm such a bad podcaster. Well, they're great. I know that they're carbon needles, and they're sharp, and they're honestly one of my 2 favorite needles of all time. If that tells you anything. But anyway, there you go. I'm quite pleased with that. Again, I hope to have that done by the next time I podcast. Let's go into my bulkiest and most awkward work in progress. So, in this lovely Fat Squirrel Fibers bag, most of my bags that I'm working out of right now, actually only 2 of them, well, are from her. But this is the bag with my in-progress pom-pom garland that I'm working on. Now, I had started my pom-pom garland after we last podcasted, and then we found out that we needed to move, and I paused in my progress because I just kind of felt like I should wait until we get to the new place, which is only 2 weeks away or less. I think it's only a week and a half away now, but So I've paused, but I do have some finished ones. So let's see here. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Okay, and one of those, and another one of those, and another one here. No, that's not, that's yarn. I'm missing one, and I'm dropping them all over the place. No, I'm not missing one, I just need to look. Okay, so I've got, these are all out of scraps from my stash of worsted weight. I've got 3 purple, all the same size. I'm not picking it up, people. And I will get to what this is later. Well, it's Cascade 220 purple. And then I've got 2 mystery yarn, or turquoise one. I think this is from Knit Picks, but I'm not really sure what. It's bulky. Aran weight. It's more like Aran weight. So I've got 2 of those. And these were all made, oh, and this one. This is a purple one. I think this is also Cascade 220. This one's super wash. And I think these were all made on the green one. Okay. Now, the only one I've made so far on the large one, which is the blue one, is this pink one here. So look at the size difference. Isn't that great? And it's on the same base, same yarn. You just obviously put a crap ton more onto the blue one than you do on this one, and it worked out great. I love it. So I went searching in my stash for, which is at the storage unit, so that was fun. My guy actually accidentally broke our bookshelf, well, mine, but now our bookshelf, climbing over things trying to get at all my yarn so I could go through it. There's another expense. We'll see. I don't know how big the damage is. I mean, he literally broke a shelf, but I don't know if we can make it work or not. So, anyway, but I don't have very many single skein worsted weights, and I think it's because I generally give those away to my nieces because they like to knit as well. And so by giving that to them, it gets it out of my stash, doesn't make me feel guilty about having it in there, and so on and so forth. However, I do have some, and I think some of these are actually left over from when people donated to my my group that I was doing for when I was counseling adults and teaching them how to knit as a self-care model. I apologize if that is so. When I was moving, I just kind of dumped everything into bins, and I didn't actually remember until after I had moved that some of them needed to remain separate because they weren't actually mine. So I really apologize. If I end up using stuff that was donated, please accept my apologies, and I don't know how I would rectify the situation, but there you go. I feel really bad about it, because I'm pretty sure I did not buy this. I actually don't remember ever buying anything from Barocco. Not that I don't want to, because I do, but I don't remember doing that. So this is a lovely pumpkin-y color, and it's worsted weight, and I do love orange. It's getting a little washed out, so let's see. Let's come back to my handy-dandy book here. Can you see it? Yeah, that's a little better. So I have that one, and then I have this purple. That's a mystery purple. It's kind of springy, but it's still worsted. So there you go. And this one looks like it's got a lot of ends coming off of it, so we'll see how that works out. I got a mystery skein that I dyed up when I was trying out a colorway when I was dyeing yarn, not dyeing. Wow, that's really, that's not working out well. So there's some purples and some teals in here, and some foresty greens, and even a little bit of brown. It's pretty, but I don't know, for some reason I didn't feel like it was appropriate to sell. I think I was just trying out this base, and I decided not to sell this base, and so there you go. And then there's that pink Cascade 220 superwash that I've already done some out of. There's that mystery skein from hopefully from Knit Picks, and there's my worsted Cascade 220 of purple, which looks black. There we go. There's the purple. Lastly but not least is Dream in Color, classy. This might be another donated, but I do own some Dream in Color. I just don't remember buying this color. So there you go. It's in this beautiful green. It's really gorgeous. So I don't have any more than that. That is literally my entire collection that I can find of single skein worsted. So I thought I would propose to everybody, if anybody else wants to, like, I know it's the big thing right now to do swaps. That's the word. Swaps of mini skeins. And by the way, I'd be willing to do that too. Can you see my jar up there? That doesn't hold everything. That's literally like 25% of the minis of leftovers and stuff that I own. And but I would love to do that because I actually have wanted for a long time to do a Hexie Puff blanket, like for years, ever since it first came out, and I've never done it. So, you know, if people want to exchange for mini skeins, that'd be awesome. Get in touch with me, like on Ravelry or on Instagram. That'd be cool. And then, but also really worsted weight single skeins or minis, like say like what, 100 yards or less. If anybody wants to exchange that, I mean, like I said, I don't have much in worsted weight, but like if you want some, I don't know, we can work it out. Just text me. So, okay, moving on. If anybody would like to swap, contact me. Okay, moving on. I'm very excited for what's in here. Again, this is my Fat Squirrel Fibers bag. My dog Watson, he loved the zipper pull on this so much. Here, I'm going to show you. See, they usually come with these lovely zipper pulls on the bags. Well, he loved it, and he ate it off. And I got to him just in time for him not to ruin the zipper, but the zipper pull / handle was kaputsies. So that makes me really sad. But in here, I have my Cecilia sweater. And I'm going to show you a picture from the author, who is... I got this. Oh, for heaven's sakes, Emily. Cecilia sweater by Ellen Berglund. So here is some pictures of it. It's very beautiful, very lacy and open, and I'm gonna wear it at my wedding. Just a reminder, I'm getting married in the snow back home in Alaska, and I have a sleeveless wedding dress because that was the cheapest one I could find, and so I needed to find something to keep me a little bit warm. So I did knit the shawl, which I had always intended to knit, even if I had a, there it is, covering up my ugly computer. But also I decided I needed a sweater. So we tried the hedgehog fibers. That didn't work. Don't worry, I have plans for that, which we won't get into this episode. But this is what I have done. I've cast it on and everything, and I've put the stitches for the sleeves on waste yarn, and I've just kept going. And this has consumed my time because this pattern is actually quite challenging because of the stitches, the lace stitches. You need, it's all over. The only places where you don't have it is the seam area. Hold on one second, I think my guy came home. No, Watson. Nope, we're good. Okay. Anyway, so I have to increase in pattern the whole time while keeping the pattern going, and but there's not always enough stitches in that area to do that. So there's a lot of finagling, a lot of thinking things through, and I sometimes this is not TV knitting. Sometimes it has been podcast knitting, but mainly it's just been me sitting and concentrating. Now, the Ellen, yeah, I think it was Ellen, she did try her best to, and really I don't see how she could have done better, to provide instructions on where to put the increases in, how many were done each row. I mean, she made charts galore. And now I'm on this chart. I think, Watson! Sorry. Apartment living with the dog. Watson. He's hiding under my chair now because he knows that he's in trouble. Anyway, but she's tried her best. So I've got this much left to do before I go into the ribbed pattern at the bottom of the, underneath the bust area, which I'm going to probably elongate the chest a bit because my chest area is a little larger. So I didn't want the ribbing to kind of be riding up on me. So I'm gonna elongate that, and I think I'll have enough yarn. Oh, so about the yarn, I have this much left over from the first skein. So what I did was, when I was getting down to a little bit less than this, I took out the second skein and I started knitting 2 rows of this, 2 rows of that, switching on and off, so that they would blend and I wouldn't have that stripe of different colors, because this is hand dyed. Then I stopped at one point, and I believe it's when I cast off the sleeves, so that I would have enough for each sleeve to do the same with whatever cake of yarn I'm working on at that point. So that way I don't have to do the every other row thing, because that would have been really annoying and kind of probably hazardous to anybody's health that was around me for this project. So didn't do that, but there you go. It's in there, in my Fat Squirrel Speaks. I'm super excited about it. I realized today that I don't know that I have very many outfits that I'll be able to wear that with outside of my wedding dress. But I live in hope, and if I don't, I'm gonna go out and buy some things that I can wear it with, because that's all there is to it. This is an epic knit for me. Okay, so we've got 3 left, so we're half down. So out of my project bag that I made, and I realized that this week that these are actually the colors of my wedding pretty much, except for the navy blue for my guys, Watson and my guy. Those are there. Oh, and I'm in the middle of a row, which is unavoidable because I'm on the heel. I'm doing a fish lips kiss heel. And so it's kind of difficult not to be in the middle of a row at that point. Okay, so here I am on the second sock. So there you go. I'm turning the heel right now, as it were, with the short rows. I'm knitting this on 2 16-inch circular needles, size 1. And what I've done to fix the too small problem is I've actually cast on 64 stitches. I do have a bum leg from cancer and various things, and so I think my foot on that leg actually is a little bit swollen all the time. And so this will be the sock for that foot. But there you go. And I stopped knitting on the heel because the little mini sample skein from my salmon grounds is only that much left. I'm only halfway through the heel. So I was out and about knitting, and I knew I didn't have enough, so I stopped, and I will get going on that later today. And I will have those socks done by this week, and I'll have enough left over to probably make some ankle socks. Those, I don't really want to make the Rose City rollers, but those ones that have the cute roll detail that of 2 different colorways at the cuff, and then they continue on, that everybody seems to be making. I would really like to make that. So yet again, that's my blueberry waffle socks, and I'm calling them my wedding socks because I'm so original. Then my guy's necktie, which I believe is very snazzily called Wedding Necktie. It's by Susan B. Anderson. It doesn't really need another name because it's perfect to be able to search for. There's hairs. I got hairs all over the place. Stress makes me shed hair like mad, and I'm doing that. So I'm finding hairs everywhere. So I'm knitting this on Quince & Company Chickadee base in the Pico colorway, which is a very deep midnight blue, almost black, honestly. In some lights it does look black. And I'm knitting these on 2 DPNs, US 5s. They're Addies. I am so sorry. I don't know what is with me. Sometimes water makes me hiccup burp. Does anybody else hiccup burp? I've never heard anybody else hiccup burp except for me and my mom. But it's where you hiccup like that, but it's actually really, honestly, not to be gross, it's kind of more of a burp than a hiccup. Or it's like a bubble in your chest kind of thing. The things you people learn about me! Ooh! If ever. There's never going to be a thread of things you'd like to know more about Emily, because honestly, I'm telling you everything in the podcast, so you never have to wonder. So anyway, I have no idea where I was the last time I recorded. I think I was right before these decreases here, which I want to talk about these. So there's the point that indicates the front. And I just finished the straight section of the entire tie. And so I now will be decreasing for around the neck and that portion. Now, the part I want to talk about is my guy likes a pretty fat tie width. And so I started out with more stitches than what Susan calls for in her pattern. But then I thought, ooh, can't go all the way up with that amount of stitches, because that will just look weird. So I did try her decreases right here that she has in the pattern, and I don't like that jog. It's very abrupt and kind of sharp to me. Sorry, it just started raining and I got distracted. So I'm going to try a couple different types of decreases, probably more within the stitch pattern in the middle, like knit, what is it? Slip, slip, knit, knit 1, knit 2 together, so it'll be leaning in towards each other. And we'll see how that goes. I don't really know how, I gotta research out how do you decrease in seeds within the seed stitch pattern. So I can do that. And this is going to stay out because a little later it has a job to perform. So I'm gonna leave that right there. But my last project of the day is by my bed socks. Now you saw last week I had the hoe, the half finished object, and I am knitting these, so I've started the second one, barely. I'm knitting these on the opal and the paradise, and I don't know what colorway it is, but that's the back. Hold on one second, guys. That's the back. Okay, so there you go. Look it up if you want it. It's very pretty. I love the little sheep pattern on the front, and honest to goodness, that's exactly why I bought it. It's the little sheepies on the front. So I've been knitting that up, and I cast on for more. My skein is just a tangled mess. Because I've been knitting on these for too long already. I need to be done, but I'm not. So there you go. Anywho, but this is how far I've done. I've done the 1 inch of rib and the 1 by 1 rib, 1 inch, 60 stitches. Now I'm on the, I've knit about 1 row of the straight stocking knit that you do for the leg and the foot. That's all I've done. So I'll do that for about 6 to 6.5 inches. Do the fish lips kiss heel, and then knit for another 6 to 6.5 inches, and do my my toe decrease, which I'll talk about when that time comes. This is a bag from when I was in business, AndersMill Knits, and left over from that, so that's lovely. Okay, well that is it for. I'm gonna check. In session, bow tie, wedding necktie, wedding socks, by the bed socks, wedding sweater, and the pom-pom garland. That's 7. I think that's actually only 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6, so I must have started. So that's what I have on that. Oh, I forgot to mention, I am so sorry. My Cecilia sweater is knit out of Tough Love sock base from Sweet Georgia Yarns. and it's the passion fruit colorway. Need to know that. And I think I'm knitting that on 2.25s US. And when I get to the ribbing part, I'm going to go down to 1.25, maybe even 1s. We'll see. Alright, so now I'm going to stop and talk to you about treatment planning. Okay everybody, we're back to talk about treatment planning, or what I would like to knit on next, or even at this very moment, but I'm being very disciplined in not doing it. Watson's here to keep you all company, because if he wasn't, what would you have to look at besides for me? Who's that? Who's that? Yeah? That's not Grandma, so don't worry. Usually when I'm pointing into the camera for him to look at things, we're FaceTiming with Grandma. So, not that I think he sees it, although he does watch TV. Watson very much loves to watch TV. He likes to attack the TV when there are dogs on it, or any kind of animal. So, you know, he's very much a TV watcher, just like his daddy is. So they like to do that together. Or he watches podcasts with me when I'm knitting. So his breath stinks. Woo. Anywho, treatment planning. So the thing I would like to talk about here is I'm still going to do all the other things that I planned on. The socks for my guy's son doesn't have to be done till like mid to end January, so that's going to be put on hold. The scarf for his mom, that's just an idea, and I asked her if she wanted something, and that's what she told me, so there's no timeline on that. On the spice market, again, no timeline, it's just a want. Although there is the big bad burgalong going on right now, and so I could enter it into that if I got going on it, which I can't right now. But the thing that I really want to knit on is ornaments for my tree, my Christmas tree. My guy, he loves his socks that I knit him, which are actually right here. He's been wearing them around the house a lot. Oh, do they smell like Daddy? Yes, he's been wearing them around the house a lot lately, because it's been quite cold outside. And the other day, he came up to me and asked, would you like to knit some socks, like teeny weeny socks, out of Christmas colors to put them on the Christmas tree? And I said, well, duh, yeah, I'd love that. So I started looking online for Christmas colorways. Couldn't really find any. Diabolical Yarn has some out there, and I do like hers. Just kind of held off a little bit on buying hers, and I'm not sure why. But anyway, if anybody has any suggestion, this is another plead out there. If anybody has any suggestions of any hand dyers that currently have in stock Christmas colorways, could you please PM me, or maybe I'll just start another thread, because we all know by now Emily loves the threads. So I could start another thread and Watson can kiss me yet again. Yeah. Okay, Bubba, you gotta stop. Thank you. No. Anywho, I'd really like to know. I know that Gnome Acres, it does Christmas yarn, but right now she's not. She still has the Halloween yarns up, and I don't know. I think she might transition into Thanksgiving yarn and then do Christmas yarn. I'd really like Christmas yarn now. So if anybody's got any ideas, please share so we can all get on board with that, okay? So that is treatment planning. Okay, I'm gonna let Bubba go down to his spot again. I'm gonna miss you. And everybody else is too. Say goodbye. Oh, groaning. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next time. Hey, not over there, over here. Oh, hello. Okay, that's enough with that. I'm so sappy. Okay, so in my toolbox today, we've got some nice goodies. There is a place here in Portland. I don't know how big of a place this is, like if it's a chain. I'd never heard of it before I came here. Actually, I'd never heard of it until about 2 months ago. It's called the Craft Warehouse. And somehow I got on their email list and for coupons, and they let me know that they are doing they had buy one, I think get one free. It was either buy one get one free or buy two and get one free. I think it was the 1-on-1, because otherwise I couldn't have afforded this. But for their Cascade 220. And so I hightailed it down there, and I got myself this colorway, which is colorway 9610. Can everybody guess why I got it? Yeah, it's my color. But they didn't have enough for the sweater that I wanted to make. So I got myself a blue color, which is 9449. And I got that. So I've always... There. Okay, see the color of my sweater, or my dress? That's the color of this yarn. See? It's the exact same color. Where's the yarn and where's the dress? Don't know. Am I feverish again? Emily's being weird again. Newsflash. She's always weird. Okay. So I want to knit one of the Tin Can Knits free sweaters that they have out there. I love everything Tin Can Knits. Hands down. And they had that one, I think it's called Harvest, where it's a cardigan of a free pattern, and you actually knit the collar first that goes all the way around and down. So I thought I would knit that out of the blue and then knit the body out of the pink. I don't know if this obsession with these two colors is going to go away once I'm married and the wedding colors are out of my head, but there you go. So I bought, I think, 6 skeins of the pink and 2 skeins, yeah, 2 skeins of the blue, and I think I spent less than $40 on all of it. So, and for a girl my size, that's pretty impressive. I'm just saying. Okay, so, I'm sorry. I'm not going to play this game of that with you guys. I'm just going to bring up, this is one of my favorite baskets I have. It's nice and cloth, and it's got rope handles. From Joann's, but it's good. So I got a letter in the mail today from my pen pal from Ravelry, and she sent me, she wrote her lovely letter off of this, which she got when she was in Scotland. I didn't ask her name. I mean, I know her name, but I didn't ask her permission to tell you her name, so I won't. But there it be. And it's so cute. It's keeping me company on my desk, but pretty soon this is going to be framed and put on my wall, and it'll be immortalized forever. Then I got my last shipment of my Query Fibers club. So I had 3 months worth. I should have gotten all 3 out to show you. You know what? I'm going to do that right now, actually. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. So, the first month of my 3-month is this one, which I've already showed you. I've actually showed you the first 2 already. Anyway, this colorway is called I6 Pop. I don't know what that means, but... And then this little mini is Q3. So, I don't think I'm going to pair these 2 together because this is just gorgeous all on its own. And I think the gray actually kind of muddies it. But I'm super grateful that I got it. So, my brother is texting me yet again, and he's being a dork. I sure love that guy. He is so freaking funny. Really, I'm sure lots of people say this about like siblings that they love, and of course I love all my siblings, but my brother really honestly should have been a stand-up comedian. So then I got this loveliness. I have to admit, this is my favorite of all that I got. I think. Should I say that? Hold on. Yeah, this one's my favorite. So this one is called Heirloom Carrots. And can't you just see it? All the different colored carrots that you can get and grow. The orange, the purple, the red, the pink. And then the green of the stems white, because, wait, I don't know that there are white carrots, but I don't care. I don't care. Oh, it's so good. Then, oh, that breeze coming from outside. Do you see the leaves rustling? Oh, that feels good. We're supposed to have a windstorm, actually, really just a storm period this weekend. We'll see if that happens, because right now it's pretty nice out. But this month, I got what's called Hummingbird. And this is the colorway. Gorgeous, right? Holy freaking cow! How I've resisted casting on any of these skeins, I just have no idea. But that's my club from Query Fibers. I've never knit with her yarn, and honestly, I don't know what possessed me to, it was for my birthday, I know that, but I don't know what possessed me to join for her yarn club, but I'm sure glad I did. At least so far I am. So I would really suggest that. I think she's got a 3-month one that rotates every 3 months. So I think she's in the midst of the October, November, December, so the last one of it. You might still be able to get in. Then I got we went to IKEA to try and find me a new desk, because I'm working on the table right now, and that's hurting my wrists because it's so tall, and my back even, actually, and for work. So we're in the market for a new desk, and I did not find what I liked at IKEA, so I don't think we'll be buying it there. But that's my price range, is an IKEA desk. But while I was there, I did get this, and it's what I'm fondly calling the octopus. But the arms come out, and there are these little clippies, and you can put your clothes and stuff to dry on it in the house. And it's got this little hanger that you can go over your curtain rod, bathtub rod, shower rod, and then it just hangs there. And it's perfect because all of my Operation Sock Drawer can be done all at once on there. Now, I don't have a lot of Operation Sock Drawer. I think I've only got 9 pairs out of the 30 or so that I've knit of socks. I'm going to rectify that. I'm going to get 2 more, actually, just in a minute. So, what I've done is some hand knits from Watson sweater, a cowl that my best friend Tunisian crocheted for me, and a hat that my other best friend knit for me. So, that's all in there. Oh, tangent. Tangent because of the octopus. But next time I need to wash the socks, which will probably be once we return from Alaska, I'll knit all those. Actually, no. I'm going to use this sooner than that because I have to wash the socks that I'm knitting now. I got to block them. So there we go. Finally, in my toolbox, guess what? You guys actually have a toolbox this week. So, I've been chatting back and forth with Stephanie of the Rusted Stitch / Hot Pink Socks handle, and I really enjoy my conversations with her. She is such a sweetheart. And I happened to mention an idea that I had, which you guys will soon know about in just a second, and she asked if she could contribute to that idea, and I said, yes, please. But that was not my intention when I was talking to her about it. I was honestly like spitballing and seeing if somebody else thought this was a good idea. So she sent me some stuff for you guys in a package, and then she also sent me this, which is one of her DP end holders from her recycled sweaters, which is so freaking cute. Oh! Did you guys like that picture? I should wear lipstick. I don't, but so anyway, here's her card. And so just in case you didn't get to see that, therustedstitch.etsy.com. Okay? And then what the purpose is, oh, look inside. They're like fall leaves inside. But they've got these beautiful closures. And the concept is that when you're knitting socks out from DP ends, you put them in here, and then your stuff doesn't fall off your needles. Well, when I received this, I immediately thought, oh my gosh, I'm knitting something on DPNs, yay! So I went and grabbed it, and I attempted to put it in, and the one time I'm knitting something on DPNs, the DPNs are too long. Because I know that, I recalled once I started doing this, that these Addies are actually longer than the normal DPNs. Of course, Emily would do that. But they were the only DPNs I had in US size 5, so I'm making it work. And I'm also making this work. I hope this isn't gonna ruin it or anything. But this is what I've been doing. It still does the same job, it just looks a little funky. But there's the door. So that's been awesome to have. And that brings me to the end of In My Toolbox and the beginning of consultation / your toolbox. So I'm gonna pause to take a drink, answer my funky brother on whatever he texted me about. That cracked him up, he says, and I'll get right back to you. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the end of the show, which is consultation or in your toolbox. Yeah, I know, I'm cheesy. It's great. Okay, so here we go. I'm getting all set. I am super excited to announce that I have some giveaways for all of you guys. They're kind of like contests / cals and things like that. So there's 2 of them going to be going on. As soon as I get this uploaded, I'll post about these things. So the first one is about the YouTube channel. Remember I mentioned that at the beginning of the show? Here's where you tune in, guys. Perk up your ears. So what I'm gonna do is, I got really excited about the few people that have subscribed to the YouTube channel. I think I've got something like 19 now. And what I want to do is to encourage you guys to subscribe. So one of the ways is I'm going to do a giveaway. And the giveaways will be that when I reach that certain golden number, I'm going to give away some prizes. And the first golden number is 100. All right? 100. And that number will signify, when I reach that number, I'm going to open a thread on the Ravelry group, and you must be a member of my Ravelry group in order to post in this thread and win something. If I see the word guest, that disqualifies you. I'm sorry. So, just enter in and on the Ravelry thread, and all you need to do is tell me something that you enjoy, something you'd like to see more of, a question you have for me, which, like I mentioned earlier, you probably don't have any because I'm a freaking open book. Anything like that. Or just say, howdy, Emily. Or you can friend me too on Ravelry. I'd like that. I like having friends. I'm not desperate, no. And then, in addition to that, I'm also going to open a special, what do you call it? A blog post, that's what you call it, for the 100 subscriber giveaway, okay? And on that one, anybody can post on that one, and you'll be counted to win. Counted into the prize drawing. So what I'm telling you here is you get 2 chances to win. One on Ravelry, one on the World Wide Web. So, I've already figured out how this is going to happen, so don't worry. I can explain it more later if you want, but trust me, this will work. You will be counted if you post in the blog. You can't be anonymous, because I don't know who that is, so you got to have a username or something, okay? And, so let's see. The same thing goes for the posts in the blog. What do you like about the podcast? What would you like to see more of? What would you like to see less of? And or howdy do, and or something you'd like to know about me. So that's one. And the prize for that is you ready? Yeah, one of the DPN stitch minders. DPN stick minders? Sock minders? From the Rusted Stitch. And it's gorgeous. Oh, don't mind the tape. She packages it so well too. I love it. So there's that coordinating gray and white polka dot with the pink cable. I don't know how she does this. This is so meticulous. So gorgeous. I may be stalking her her Etsy shop because when I get paid next, I kind of want to buy one. Don't tell the guy. It's kind of probably not exactly wise to be doing that when I don't have very much money and I've got so many large expenses coming my way. Moving, the wedding, a bit of furniture. Ugh. Probably shouldn't do that. But I'm kind of impulsive that way. But the second one is this. Hand spun. And I was going to put these two together, but they're not going to be together this time. Yeah, for the first 100, these are the two prizes, okay? So, hand spun yarn, sport weight, mystery fiber. I don't have a tag on it. I'm so sorry. I'm thinking it's about 300-ish yards. I'm going to go with 325 on the safe side. Look at those barber poles. And just look at the gorgeousness going on here. Yeah, it's pretty. Browns and pinks and creams. It's like Neapolitan goodness, man. It's lovely. And there's some natural fibers in here too. And it's pretty consistent. So, those are the two for that giveaway. That's not all, people. No! We have a second giveaway. So this one is I'm going to fondly call the cow cow, or as Stephanie called it, the double dip cow. So what's going to happen here? This is when I reached out to her and we kind of brainstormed together about this, and then she offered up some prizes there. Thank you. So what's gonna happen? I'm like showing you. See, here's my rules, guys. Here's my rules. Okay, so the cow cow came about because I love knit-alongs. And quite honestly though, there are so many knit-alongs, I can't get my head around it. There's so many knit-alongs, so little time. And the thing is I've been getting kind of frustrated with myself. I'll be listening or watching a podcast and they'll mention their knit-along and I'll be like, oh, I want to enter that. I've got the perfect project. I'm working on it right now. Like, for instance, there's a sweater knit-along, and I have no idea who's doing it. I think there's even a couple podcasters who are doing it, and I can't remember for the life of me. I'm knitting a sweater. Actually, I'm knitting 2 sweaters at the moment. Ay, 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 Emily. Because what I do is I'll be driving and listening to the podcast, or I'll be in the middle of knitting something, and I'll be like, oh, I'll just go and check that out as soon as this podcast is over. And I never do it. And I never enter. And I lose my chance. In fact, I have never won anything off of a giveaway on Ravelry or a Cal. Never. Instagram, never won a giveaway. In fact, I don't even know why I enter anymore. Kind of feels like a waste of time. At least the Instagram ones. Thousands of people seem to enter those. But I'm sure you guys all feel that way too, right? I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. So I wanted to come up with a way that you could have double your chances, as it were. Maybe even triple your chances to win something. So that's why I came up with the cow cow. So the rules are as follows. I'm going to open a thread for the rest of October. This is a very short month. And because I just came up with this in the last 2 weeks and I'm only posting it now. And so you've only got a couple weeks to enter, but you know, it'll work out. So this first time, there's only going to be a couple prizes. But next month, for the whole month of December, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay. For each month there will be a new thread opened for the cow, okay? So the title will read as follows: the cow / double dip cow and the month. So like for this one, October. And then for November, I'll do the same thing and just have November in there as well, okay? And what you need to do is you need to be a member of the Ravelry group, and then you need to create one post per cow that you are participating in, okay? And within that post, I would like you to give a quick little synopsis of what the cow is about, or the theme, what have you, and then a link to the cow, and then, oh, no, there's 4 attributes. The dates that the cow is running, and then a picture of your progress within that cow. Now, I'm not requiring you to finish, okay? All I'm requiring you to do is show that you're actually progressing, you're working on it. So you can't go and post a cow and show like your cakes of yarn that you're gonna use for that cow and call it good. Sorry, not good enough. You picking out yarn, good on ya. But you working on it, good on ya, okay? That will get you an entry in. If those things are not followed, the main thing is the picture to show that you're actually working on it, you will be disqualified. So, okay? Now, the dates of the cow also matter. If the cow is not occurring within that month of my cow, does that make sense? Then the entry is void. So if you're posting in the November thread, but the cow ended the last day of October, no go, chica. Sorry. But if you're posting in November and the cow runs from October through December, you're good. Because guess what? You could post it in October, you can post it in November, and you can post it in December. As long as that cow is going, post it for each month. Then, in addition to that, I'm allowing you one post per cow that you're participating in. So, for instance, I know there's also the big bad berg along going on. Wow, that was kind of hard to say. And then there's that sweater one that I can't see, and then there's also like some Christmas Advent ones going on recently on Ravelry, and then of course there's the what's his name mystery shawl, Stephen West mystery shawl just came out. All those things are going on. See, there's a melting pot. You can have a post for every single one that you are participating in. If you're participating in 5, get them in there. And then at the same token, okay, so let's say that Jane Doe is participating in 5. She's participating in the Big Bad Burger Along and so on and so forth, right? So she posts in the thread. Well, then Joe Schmo comes along and is like, oh man, but I'm also participating in the Big Bad Burger Along. Post. I don't care. I just want to see that you guys are participating and where it's happening and, you know, the links to it, because you're doing the work for everybody else is what you're doing. Okay? So, once again, member of the group, post a cow that you are participating in, one post per cow, and within that you need to have a synopsis of that cow, a link to that cow, the dates that cow is running, and a picture of your progress. Okay? No limits on entries. And for the prizes on that, this one's a little different. It may seem like I feel like I'm giving a little bit more away on this, but honestly, kind of want to, so yeah. Here's the second one of the Rusted Stitch double point needle minder. And in addition to that, coupled with that, is the Spud and Chloe sweater base skein. It's got, let's see, 160 yards, and it's I mean, I would call it like an Aran weight, honestly. It's pretty thick here. It's 55% wool, 45% organic cotton. Special. I did win this, but I didn't win it online. I won it by participating in the roasted a yarn crawl a couple years ago with a couple of my friends, and I won this and one other skein, which I think I must have knit up into a hat for somebody, because I can't find it. But I didn't ever knit this one. Makes me sad. It's beautiful. But it doesn't make me sad because now you guys get it. And that's going to go together. Okay? So there's one. And the second one is some lovely Araucania yarn, single ply. And I don't like single ply. I bought these before I realized that I didn't like single ply, and I'm really sad that I don't like single ply. I wish I could get over it so I can knit with it, because this is gorgeous. Purple and yellow and pink and peach and blue, and there's more. I know there's more. There's even a little bit of brown. It's just gorgeous. There's so many colors in this. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 skeins. And each skein, nope, can't read that tag. Nope, can't read that tag. I know there's a tag in here I can read. Nope. Of course, it's the last one I pick. There it is. They're all the same. It's just that, you know, the gold lettering on it has worn off. So this is the Araucania yarn, single ply, 75% extra fine merino wool and 25% silk. 231.05 yards per skein. So 231 times 4. That's 4. That's 12. So 924 yards-ish. You could, if you're a skinny blankety blank woman, or a child for that matter, if you have a child in mind, you could knit them a sweater, a bolero, a huge shawl. Oh, it's so lovely. My precious. But it's now going to be yours. So we've got two prizes for that one. And then we have 2 prizes for the first 100 subscribers. Oh, and I forgot to mention, for each milestone of subscribers, there's going to be more giveaways. So I thought I would first do the first 100, and then I'd do 250, and then either 400 or 500. I don't know. I'll just keep going. Honestly, I probably will feel like giving away a lot of stuff, so there'll probably be a lot of milestones going on. That being said, I feel kind of awkward about this, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's in everybody's favor that I do this. If you are a indie dyer, a bag maker, any kind of crafter whatsoever, and you would like to donate to the giveaways, the more giveaways, the more objects I receive, the more giveaways I can have the more items can be in each giveaway, and I'd love to have a lot of giveaways. That would be really awesome. So I'm just saying, sorry, I feel really awkward. If you would like to donate to the cause of the giveaways, of sharing the love and getting your name out there, promoting your business, everybody needs a little push now and then, I would greatly appreciate it, and so would all of our viewers and our followers, okay? And I'm not saying you're obligated. I don't even know who you are at this moment. So, and there is no monetary minimum or maximum, although I'd feel really awkward if something was over like $40 or $50. So, but if you would like to do that, you can get in contact with me via Ravelry or private message me on Instagram. Again, that's aka Millie907 on Instagram and aka Millie on Ravelry. And we can set something up. So, that would be really lovely. With all that being said, I'd like to invite you all to come over to the YouTube channel and subscribe. Come over to the Ravelry group and join. And come in and list your projects, list everything. and come and win some prizes, because there's lots to be won. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, you know? So, all right, you all, I love you. I'm so grateful for you, and I don't know how to express how much I'm really enjoying doing this. So I hope that you guys keep enjoying watching the podcast, and if there ever comes a time where you need to give me some direction, don't think that you're going to hurt my feelings. I'm a counselor. I can take some harsh criticism. So let me know, okay? Anyway, like I said, love you. Talk to you soon, and I'll podcast in about 10 days or so, and that will probably be in the new apartment. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.